Scott Presler?
Can't be. Not tall enough.
Republicans, I'm Scott Presler.
Scott Presler is 10 feet tall.
And if he were here, he'd consume the Liberals with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse. I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. It is the Thanksgiving and Christmas season. The gift under the tree to all of America is this map. The thing I am thankful for on this map, the very most, is this state right here. It was the state of Pennsylvania being called that put Donald Trump over the finish line. Pennsylvania being called for Trump locked in the Electoral College, thus ushering in 270 to win. Donald Trump will be your next president. Donald Trump won in a commanding victory here in Pennsylvania, a tough state to win. Donald Trump won it 50-48. Donald Trump won virtually every county in Pennsylvania. What did Kamala Harris win, like 3 counties here? Look at this. And there's really only one man to thank. Obviously, Donald Trump was carried by the failed assassination attempt and the iconography of him surviving, then going back to Pennsylvania for Philadelphia Eagles and Steelers football games, serving French fries in a Pennsylvania McDonald's. All of those things really helped. But Scott Presler, man, I got to tell you, Scott Presler, the truly the OG when it comes to seeing Pennsylvania as the keystone, as the key to Donald Trump winning. And we featured Scott on our show many, many times. Scott's worked in harmony with Laura Trump, and we've had them on the show together, actually, to talk about this strategy. You might recall that Laura Trump's predecessor at the RNC, Ronna McRomney, refused to call Scott Presler. But now the work of Scott Presler is in the history books. Look at that. Flipping Bucks County. Would you look at that? Look. They won Bucks County in spite of all the fraud by 200 votes. Oh, man. Oh, it's so great. The number of times that Scott's been on our program banging the drums about Bucks County. You know who's acknowledged how powerful and how dogged and how relentless Scott was in registering voters? CNN. CNN, of all places, did what they tried to make a hit piece on Scott Presler, and it didn't work. They couldn't crack through. In fact, Scott Presler was the one who was able to flip the tables on CNN, demolishing a CNN reporter. This person is not a reporter, just it's one of the absolute worst. Former Vice on-air propagandist. She asked Scott about the word peacefully. Why do you use the word peacefully so much? And the perfect answer.
Notice that when you urge people to action,
yes,
you often include the word
peacefully.
Is that to avoid another Jan 6 type incident?
With all due respect, it's to avoid people like you guys saying that I'm anything but. My motto is to just be super cute, have my data and facts, treat everyone with love and respect, and as you can see, an army of people will follow.
They had no response. Scott Presler didn't fall for the propaganda media gaslighting. He immediately shut down CNN reporters, attempt to smear him and all Trump supporters. Scott Presler shuts down CNN, trying to paint us as violent. Scott Presler massively shuts down CNN reporter. This clip went thermonuclear viral. Scott Presler posting it himself. CNN didn't know how to react when I said, my motto is to be cute and have data and facts and treat everyone with respect. They also didn't know. This is my favorite clip from the interview.
Take that commissioner's words in the worst possible light. Let's say she truly meant rules don't apply and she could count ballots that shouldn't be counted. She still failed to steal the election, right? Like, you guys still won Pennsylvania and Bucks County. So help me reconcile that with your past, with the Stop the Steal movement in 2020. Like, why could it have been stolen once but not a second time?
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. If we let them get away with doing this now, they'll do it in 2026, they'll do it in 2028. This was us peacefully putting our feet down and saying, no, enough is enough, and we're not going to allow you to do illegal and unlawful actions, and we're going to hold you accountable.
Bucks County continued to count illegal ballots. You, of course, know that this was an outrage. They continued to count illegal ballots. They had to be shut down by the Supreme Court again and again and again in Pennsylvania. Where are the criminal charges? Man, we look forward to that. Where are the criminal charges for the people who counted illegal ballots? CNN reporter makes desperate attempts to bait Scott Presler. He delivers a perfect response. Perfect response is Laura Trump thanking Scott Presler for his work. Thank you for all of your hard work, and massive credit to Scott Presler. Hopefully Scott will be running all of the Get Out the Vote operations for the GOP in the future, flipping states like New Jersey, which could easily be flipped red. It's dark looking days for the Democrat Party, man. And you know what? You don't even need, if you go over to this map after the census realignment and after Florida and Texas, take all of the electoral votes that are being lost by New York and California and Illinois, man, you won't even need Pennsylvania, Michigan, or Wisconsin as a Republican to win the presidency. Do you know how doomed Democrats are? And they know it, man. They know it. CNN trying to smear Scott, call him a social media cult-like figure. Yeah, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Here's CNN's reporting on Scott. We've shown you a couple snippets here. Here's sort of the meat and bones of it. We thought, actually, for our friend Scott, turned out pretty good, man. The tides are changing. And, man, this is an exciting time to be alive. Bravo to Scott Presler.
Tonight, quote, "The Amish delivered." Those are the words of a man few people know, but a man who was key to Donald Trump's win in Pennsylvania. The controversial conservative activist, Scott Presler, who's involved in the group Gays for Trump, a vocal election denier, goes by the Twitter handle The Persistence. He helped deliver that all-important must-win state for Trump, in large part by focusing on, as he says, the Amish, frat guys, and hunters, among other groups. And Presler, as our Ellie Reeve reports, is just getting started.
Everybody just big smile and look cute. Okay. Cheese. Cheese.
Scott Presler is the kind of political figure only possible in the Trump era, going from social media influencer to actual proximity to power.
Scott!
Presler is taking credit for turning Pennsylvania red. He created a PAC, Early Vote Action, to register voters and targeted the Amish, frat guys, hunters, and other groups. His PAC got a $1 million donation from Elon Musk.
So walk us through how you do it.
When I tell the Amish that they can vote a private, secret ballot that is mailed to their house and they don't have to have their buggy seen going to a polling location, they love the mail-in ballot.
But a lot of people sort of come up as social media influencers and then they fizzle out. And you actually, took the opportunity and started doing something quantifiable.
He was at the Capitol on January 6th and at Trump's return to the scene of his near assassination in Butler.
President Trump took a bullet for us.
Last week, Presler was in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, because of a controversy over what ballots would be counted in the Senate recount. A frustrated county commissioner had said some misdated and unsigned ballots would be counted despite the rules.
If I violate this law, it's because I want a court to pay attention to it.
This went very viral, in part because of Presler. She apologized at the next meeting.
The passion in my heart got the best of me, and I apologize again for that. I made a mistake.
But by then, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court had ruled those ballots wouldn't be counted. Presler and his fans had won. Yet they turned out anyway, and the room had a kind of intense vibe.
Do you think the 2020 election was stolen?
It definitely was stolen.
Okay, so can you explain something to me? Why, if they can steal an election, why would they steal it once but not this year?
Because people were on to them. The divisions in the Democrats made it very hard for them to try and steal it again.
Thank you to every single patriot that showed up today.
I I think what you heard today is the frustration of people that have been told they are election deniers, and here we have a sitting commissioner that's an election denier, and we have a currently sitting Senator Bob Casey that is also an election denier, and it's almost karmic. And yes, that's why in part we were here to take a victory lap. We won, and we did it fair and square.
If we take that commissioner's words in the worst possible light, let's say she truly meant rules don't apply and she could count ballots that shouldn't be counted, she still failed to steal the election, right? Like, you guys still won Pennsylvania and Bucks County. So help me reconcile that with your past, with the Stop the Steal movement in 2020. Like, why could it have been stolen once but not a second time?
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. If we let them get away with doing this now, they'll do it in 2026, they'll do it in 2028. This was us peacefully putting our feet down and saying, no, enough is enough, and we're not going to allow you to do illegal and unlawful actions. And we're going to hold you accountable.